Imagine this. A patient arrives in the emergency department. He's short of breath. His pulse is irregular. The monitor shows a rapid heart rhythm. At first glance, it looks exactly like atrial fibrillation. But something doesn't quite fit. Look closer at the ECG and you'll notice something unusual. Every few beats, the P waves look different. Different shapes, different directions, different origins. This is not atrial fibrillation. This is multifocal atrial tachycardia, also known as MAT, a rhythm that often appears in some of the sickest pulmonary patients. And today, we're going to break down how to recognize it instantly and manage it correctly. Multifocal atrial tachycardia is a supraventricular tachycardia caused by multiple ectopic atrial pacemakers firing simultaneously. Instead of a single pacemaker like the sinoatrial node controlling the rhythm, several different atrial sites begin generating impulses. Each of these sites produces its own P-wave morphology. The result is a chaotic rhythm with multiple P-wave shapes, an irregular rhythm, and a rapid heart rate that is usually greater than 100 beats per minute. This happens because multiple atrial foci are competing to control the heart rhythm. MAT usually occurs in very sick patients. It is most commonly associated with severe lung disease. In fact, multifocal atrial tachycardia is strongly linked to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD. Because of this association, MAT is sometimes called the COPD arrhythmia. Other causes can include hypoxia, hypercapnia, pulmonary hypertension, electrolyte abnormalities, theophylline toxicity, beta agonist medications, severe infections, and heart failure. All of these conditions increase atrial irritability. When atrial cells become electrically unstable, multiple pacemakers begin firing randomly throughout the atria. This creates the chaotic rhythm we see on the ECG. The typical patient with MAT is often elderly and has severe COPD. They may be hypoxic, tachypneic, and receiving bronchodilator therapy. Some may also be taking medications like theophylline. When you see an irregular tachycardia in a patient with significant lung disease, MAT should immediately come to mind. The ECG is the key to diagnosis. There are 3 classic ECG criteria for multifocal atrial tachycardia. If you remember these 3 findings, you will almost never miss this rhythm. First, the heart rate must be greater than 100 beats per minute. If the same rhythm occurs with a heart rate below 100, it is called wandering atrial pacemaker instead. So the heart rate is what distinguishes MAT from wandering atrial pacemaker. Second, there must be at least 3 different P-wave morphologies. This is the hallmark feature of multifocal atrial tachycardia. Different atrial pacemakers produce P-waves with different shapes and directions. You might see tall P-waves, flat P-waves, inverted P-waves, or P-waves with varying sizes and angles. Each beat may originate from a different location within the atria. Third, the rhythm is irregularly irregular. Because the pacemaker location is constantly shifting, the RR intervals vary unpredictably. This irregular rhythm is why MAT is frequently mistaken for atrial fibrillation. However, there is a critical difference between the two. In multifocal atrial tachycardia, P waves are clearly visible. In atrial fibrillation, P waves are absent and replaced by a chaotic fibrillatory baseline. This difference is essential for accurate diagnosis. If you can clearly identify distinct P waves on the ECG, then the rhythm is not atrial fibrillation. The underlying mechanism of MAT is increased atrial automaticity. Unlike arrhythmias caused by reentry circuits, MAT occurs when atrial cells become hyperexcitable. Hypoxia, electrolyte disturbances, and certain medications increase the automatic firing of atrial cells. Multiple atrial sites begin competing with the sinoatrial node. As a result, the pacemaker location shifts from beat to beat, creating the characteristic ECG pattern. Patients with multifocal atrial tachycardia usually present with symptoms related to their underlying illness, rather than the arrhythmia itself. Common symptoms may include shortness of breath, palpitations, fatigue, hypoxia, and respiratory distress. Often the arrhythmia is discovered incidentally during ECG monitoring in hospitalized patients. The treatment of MAT is very different from the treatment of many other tachyarrhythmias. This is extremely important to understand. In most cases, the arrhythmia itself is not the primary problem. The real issue is the underlying disease. So the first and most important step in treatment is addressing the underlying cause. This may include correcting hypoxia, treating a COPD exacerbation, managing infections, correcting electrolyte abnormalities, and discontinuing medications that may trigger the arrhythmia. Once the underlying condition improves, multifocal atrial tachycardia often resolves on its own. If additional rate control is required, certain medications may be helpful. Calcium channel blockers, such as verapamil or diltiazem, can slow conduction through the atrioventricular node and help control the ventricular response. Magnesium therapy can also be beneficial. Magnesium helps stabilize atrial cells and reduce ectopic activity. Interestingly, magnesium may improve MAT even when serum magnesium levels are within the normal range. Beta blockers may sometimes be used as well. However, they must be used cautiously in patients with severe COPD because they can potentially worsen bronchospasm. It is also important to understand which treatments do not work for MAT. Electrical cardioversion is generally ineffective. Antiarrhythmic medications aimed at treating reentrant arrhythmias are usually not helpful. And anticoagulation is not routinely required for MAT unless another indication exists. This is because MAT is not atrial fibrillation and does not carry the same thromboembolic risk. There is also a related rhythm called wandering atrial pacemaker. This rhythm has multiple P-wave morphologies and an irregular rhythm similar to MAT. However, the heart rate remains below 100 beats per minute. Wandering atrial pacemaker is usually considered a benign rhythm. Multifocal atrial tachycardia can essentially be thought of as the tachycardic version of wandering atrial pacemaker. So to summarize, multifocal atrial tachycardia is a supraventricular tachycardia caused by multiple atrial pacemakers. It most commonly occurs in patients with severe pulmonary disease, particularly COPD. The ECG shows three key features: a heart rate greater than 100 beats per minute, at least 3 different P-wave morphologies, and an irregular rhythm with clearly visible P-waves. And most importantly, the treatment focuses on correcting the underlying medical problem rather than simply trying to suppress the arrhythmia. Not every irregular rhythm is atrial fibrillation. Sometimes the ECG is telling you something deeper about the patient's underlying illness. Recognizing multifocal atrial tachycardia can help you identify and treat the real problem much sooner. And sometimes, understanding a rhythm like this can make a critical difference in patient care. If you found this explanation helpful, make sure to like the video and leave a comment below. We read your feedback closely, and it directly influences the future content. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. We have a whole series of ECG interpretations for every ECG rhythm out there. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.